What's up, everybody? I'm Chase Lee reporting for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and I got another movie to review for you guys. Now, it would be Bad Times at the El Royale. Now, this one comes from 20th Century Fox, which will soon be owned by a shirtless mouse in piano gloves, but for right now, it is 20th Century Fox, and this one is written and directed by Drew Goddard, and this one tells the story of a motel called El Royale that's on a state line split of Nevada and California. We have 7 mysterious guests come in. One's a preacher, a singer, kind of a family man, and this bellboy, and a couple more mysterious people. I don't want to ruin it. But anyways, they all come to this motel, and so we get to see them interact with each other. It looks like everyone's kind of shady. Everyone's trying to hide something, and a lot of bad times to be had because everyone's got a shady past, and they're bringing all their demons with them and just spreading them all over the motel, while also uncovering demons of the hotel as well. Not like physical demons, but demons as in like there's some bad stuff going on, and someone's going to uncover everything. And that's what's kind of exciting, is that it's almost like this adult version of Clue, because there's a lot of people getting killed and a lot of stuff going on within the motel. It kind of reminded me of Cabin in the Woods a little bit, so it's kind of got that little flavor going for it. So that's what kind of the movie's about. And so, when I saw the trailers, I really liked what I saw. I will watch anything that Drew Goddard does. I love Cabin in the Woods. That is going to be a cult classic down the road, and it is one of the best films of 2012. That's just my opinion. And, of course, he is also a writer. He has written tons of stuff like The Martian with Matt Damon that came out a few years back. That was a really well-written movie. And so, with Drew Goddard, it's one of those things to where whenever he makes a movie, it's super secretive. You don't know anything that's going on, and that was what was so brilliant about the marketing, is that those trailers, while very good, and I was excited because of his previous work, I had no idea what was going on, which was really fun because when I went into the movie, everything was kind of a surprise, and I really didn't suspect much, even though it was a little easy to figure out some stuff. I still didn't really suspect what the grand gesture of the movie was, like what was the overall story, and that's what was the best part about watching it. Now, I saw the movie. I gotta tell you, I like the movie a lot, but it is too long for its own good. Maybe some minutes chopped down here and there, but other than that, I think what Drew Goddard did was create this really sleek-looking, colorful, robust, just kind of clean blockbuster adult thriller, and there's just nothing wrong with that. It's just a straightforward type of thriller of a mixture of, like I said, a whodunit while also uncovering stuff about the motel. And so Drew Goddard knows how to kind of keep you on edge and keep you interested, kind of like how he did with Cabin in the Woods. And so he does that here, where you have these 7 random strangers come into this motel, and they immediately start speaking to each other. And it's dense dialogue, but you're so intrigued at what these characters are saying, not only because the characters are well written, but also you have actors and actresses that can pull these monologues off in such a slick fashion that you don't even feel like you're watching a fictional movie. You feel like you're watching these real characters meeting for the first time and kind of just bouncing off of each other back and forth and kind of feeding off their vibes. And that was kind of the fun part for me, was just kind of having all of them interact with each other and discovering who was there for, nefarious deeds, and who was there to, do other things. But I'm trying to toe the line because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. But what I really appreciated about the overall story is that Goddard was able to balance a really exciting kind of like thriller that's played out like a mainstream blockbuster, but also have like these subtle arcs between the characters and the characters within themselves, because this is ultimately a movie about people with demons and inner struggles, and seeing them kind of redeem themselves, ironically, through this really crappy and itself bad motel. And so that was also fun to watch, to see these characters start from this point, who they all look like they're extremely shady, they got something to hide, but then by the end, some of them redeem themselves and they come out as like these strong heroes, when at the very beginning you were kind of hesitant to even like them. So it is a personal story of redemption, and that is kind of the genius within this movie, because you have the thrills, the blockbustery type of scale that also kind of plays like a Hateful Eight. But then you have like these wonderful character moments, and that's also insinuated by some really great performances, particularly with Jeff Bridges, John Hamm, Dakota Johnson. I'm forgetting everyone's name. I apologize. Chris Hemsworth, obviously, but everyone does a fantastic job, and they sell me on the characters. Like I didn't think for one second I was watching like a fictional movie. I thought these were real life people. And that was kind of the greatness amongst these actors and actresses. But my favorite is Jeff Bridges. He was the complete heart and soul to this movie. At first, he was a priest. Then down the line, and this is in the trailer, so this isn't spoiling anything. He's like, "I'm not a priest," and you're like, "Okay." And then towards the end, he's so convincing. Not only by his character's tics, I won't even say what it is. Or not tics, that's wrong, but more of like, his characteristics. And then to see him at the very end, I felt everything for this guy. And it was all through Bridges' performance. It's probably one of the best performances I've seen from him in quite some time. And I don't even want to say the movie because I might get a lot of hate, but I'm going to say it might be his best in his True Grit. I mean, it was some good stuff. This movie's not going to win the Oscars or anything, but I think for what the material that they were given, they could have easily phoned it in and just had fun with it. Goofy, yay! But no, they took these roles seriously, and I really appreciate that. On top of the great performances and these wonderful kind of character moments, the film visually looks fantastic. Goddard knows how to show off not only the production design and the kind of art style of the film to really kind of have this visual eye candy going on, but also there's some interesting camera movements and dollies and tracking shots that are it just makes you even more invested into the movie, because the cinematography at points has such a kind of graceful energy to it that you are just kind of along for the ride, and this camera's taking you with it. So on top of all the colors and the wonderful set designs and the camera movements, it's a really slick looking movie, and it's really kind of gorgeous to watch, even if you get bored with it, because unfortunately, like I said at the beginning, this is a very long movie. I myself was invested for the whole time period, but my legs were restless and I was moving them around. If I start to move my legs, or if I start to move in my chair, I subconsciously know it's a tad too long and they probably should have cut some stuff. I still like what I saw. I don't know where you would cut, but for 2 hours and 21 minutes, it's a lot to take in. It's a heavy, heavy movie to sit there on and have Goddard force you to watch. I still was satisfied by my experience, but I have to acknowledge that this movie is it's too long for its own good. But besides that, I highly recommend this movie, because it's just one of those movies it's big, ambitious, and just kind of in your face, and I kind of liked it. It's weird, and it's one of those kind of mainstream movies that not many studios will greenlight. It's a fascinating little kind of whodunit, mystery suspense thriller. So listen. Is this going to win anything at the awards? No, but I think for what it is, it's a pretty good movie, and I'm going to give it a B+. I mean, even with its kind of weightiness of the runtime, I still liked it quite a bit. And I will also say, because I forgot to mention, I said the performances were great, but I forgot to mention Chris Hemsworth. If he ever actually is in another movie playing the same type of character he plays in this movie, it will be genius, because he is fantastic in this movie and might be the best thing he's done since like Rush. He's in El Royale briefly, but excluding Thor and excluding a bunch of other stuff, I want to see him kind of take on this character in a different movie, but you'll see what I'm talking about when you see it. But what did you guys think about the Bad Times at the El Royale? Let me know down below. Oh, and also, I keep forgetting, it's a long movie, guys. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. The music is really great, too. It has kind of like this suspenseful, like, keyboard type of aggressive music that really just kind of heightens the suspense aspect to it. I just want to mention that. But let me know down below if you've seen the movie and what you thought of it. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, reporting for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.